So now I'd like to hand over to a very special guest that we have with us, and that is Sarah Lawrence. And so Sarah Lawrence is from HotCoast, and HotCoast is a bookkeeping and accounting firm that allows you to outsource your finance function while building your business. They are experts in transforming complex, overwhelming data into deep business intelligence, strategic analysis, and advice that can help you make and save money and grow your business to its fullest potential. So welcome, Sarah. So good to see you on the call. And thank you so much for joining us. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and Hot Toast?
Yeah, so we're an Australian-based firm. There's 8 of us. We're distributed. Our focus is on CFO and accounting services. We don't service hundreds and hundreds of clients. We service about 60 of them that we focus on doing end to end and really kind of moving the needle for them and adding value. So a lot of analysis, a lot of like strategy and support and making sure that we help our clients, achieve success.
Amazing.
And what are some of the common things that you find small business owners struggle with in terms of their finances?
I think a lot. I mean, it's perfect that you're talking about cash, because I think a lot of our clients initially come to us because they're in a cash crunch, or they can't get across those kind of movements, or they're looking to scale and they don't know what that means from profitability and a cash perspective. So I think cash is always a real focus. I think there's always a bigger conversation around forecasting and profitability, which is where the other parts of Syft come in. But I think we do tend to see a lot of people knock on our door when they're growing really quickly and the wheels are starting to fall off and it feels like they're really profitable, but at the same time, they don't seem to have a lot of money in the bank accounts. So having that reset moment and being able to kind of introduce platforms like Syft into the conversation and into the business, I think is a really good starting point to that conversation.
Amazing. Yeah, I think cash is so important. And what has your experience been working with Syft?
Gosh, I've been with you guys for a really long time now. My experience with Syft, what I love about Syft is I love all of the new product enhancements. I love the client manager that I have. He's phenomenal. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want anyone else to have him selfishly. But I really love the support. Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes there's so many releases that come out with Syft that it's kind of like, oh, trying to keep up with what's happening. But I really love when, we kind of do reach certain areas where we go, oh, how do we push into this, or how do we modify this, that we've got the help desk really close by to kind of help with that. And the product just seems to be getting better and better as well, so, and you guys listen to us. And I think there was an update a while ago around year-to-date balances in the forecast, and it like lit my world on fire because I was just like, it's the smallest feature, but it was like, thank you so much for putting it in. So yeah, I love that. I love that you guys seem to really be listening to the industry around what we need to add value with clients.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's why I think my favorite section of the quarterly updates is that you asked, we listened, because I think, we can come up with great features and we're going to keep doing that. But, a small thing like year-to-date column can, transform the way you deal with Syft. So I'm really glad to hear that it did help. Yeah, next question.
Yeah, I guess our next question is, what is your favorite feature on Syft?
So my favorite feature, I do really like the improvements with the cash manager. It was okay before, but I think it's great now. I also think it's really great when you put it in front of a client, because aesthetically they can just they just get it straight away. And I think, that improvement was needed. So I really love the cash manager and the improvements you've made around that. My 4-way forecasting, I love that. I love the connector that you've got between Google Sheets. We are a Google business. We have a lot of creatives and startups that are on Google. So the ability to kind of pull out things into Google Sheets and do more complex scenario planning and then shoot that back up with reforecast into the 4-way forecast has been great. So yeah, they're my favorite.
Cool. Those are good features. And also mostly come back to cash, as you say, because forecasting is just a longer cash focus. Why do you think other firms should also consider using Syft for forecasting and reporting?
Yeah, I mean, I think cash is an interesting one because I could speak all day about cash as a CFO. I think I always say, I say this to other accountants and to the industry and to our clients, like, to do cash really well, you should be doing it on like a weekly or a fortnightly cadence. And I think having the ability to do that in the Syft product makes sense. And like all of a sudden, that's a massive value add as well, like getting that granularity around that. I think when you start to look at doing cash on a monthly or a quarterly basis, it kind of becomes redundant, and the value kind of isn't there at times for the client. So I think that's a massive win if you're thinking about considering Syft. The ability to do reforecast like that as well, and then toggle between like the budget and the reforecast, I think is great. At the end of the day, like, it's those things that are just such simple things, you know, with the integration with Xero that makes us look good to clients. And that's what we're really trying to do. We're trying to communicate a story to our client base and to our businesses. And if there is a product or technology that can support us doing that, and make us look good to the client, and also just make sure that the story is really clear and we get that action from them, then I think that's why you should consider the product.
Amazing. Thank you for that great feedback.
Awesome. And then I guess to sort of close our chat now, what challenges or trends do you see in the industry in Australia at the moment?
In the accounting industry? Or
Yes.
just the global? So in the accounting industry, I think
Anything.
the challenge, I just don't think I don't think they're specific to Australia. I think they're quite global. I know that at the moment we've got, you know, a talent shortage. We've got, you know, increased regulation. And I think also the pace of technology at the moment, I think that's quite overwhelming at times, especially if you're a smaller practice and you're a solo practitioner. Yeah, I think, you know, we've got increased cost of living, which again is not just an Australia focus, it's around the world as well. So, you know, it's trying to meet regulatory and compliance deadlines whilst also doing the things that make our hearts sing with the right people around us. So, you know, trying to get that balance as an owner or you know, a practitioner, as sometimes, you know, the struggle is real. So I think it's been a really big couple of years for us. I think this year's been no different. And I think there's a lot of people that are very much looking forward to some downtime and down tools at Christmas or the festive season. So, but you know, I'm still ultimately positive about our industry. I love this industry. I think there's so much opportunity, especially with technology, and to, you know, reframe what our role in this profession could look like. And I think that's really exciting. But I also think that, you know, it's important to take a breath and have a reset moment. So me, like a lot of other practitioners, are going to do that in the next in about 6 weeks time, 5 weeks time.
I can feel like you've got a countdown going there. You know, it's so many
Really
days
do.
and no, but I think a lot of those themes are very, you know, familiar when you speak to, as you say, clients of our clients all over the world. It's not a you know, Australia, New Zealand specific thing. And yeah, I think it is good to remember we need a break. So excited that that is coming up. But yeah, thanks so much for sharing your insights and your feedback, and taking the time to join us and to give us some of your insights on Syft and the industry as a whole. We really appreciate you being here.
No worries. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me.